Sup viewers, I'm back in my white scientific lab coat, which I haven't worn for a while because people often confuse it for the medical version, and impersonating a doctor, even unintentionally, could be seen as disrespectful to NHS staff. Lately though, I've become a lot less concerned with that and a lot more concerned about other people's disregard for their hard work and the country's health as a whole. People are out wandering the streets in swathes, completely ignoring social distancing and foregoing masks even when they have a very obvious cough. And sure, that isn't everyone, but it is a worryingly high number, and the government's not helping it, easing up their suggested precautions while we're still in the midst of a pandemic and forcing small businesses to either reopen or die. I don't like getting political here or at all, but with the smaller food festivals starting back up again, I feel like I ought to explain what's really going on, as well as let you all know that, while I believe it's a stupid thing to do, I don't blame them or the companies attending. They don't really have a choice in the matter. So, with that in mind, it is with a heavy heart that I welcome the return of my local chili shop, and review a sauce that they lent me shortly before all of this went down. Because right now, they need my support more than ever, and it's the least I can do to return the latest star of their Hot Ones pub nights. For whenever those start up again. I'll link their Facebook page in the description in case any of you feel like showing them some love from the safety of your own home. And for now, here's my latest video. Hi, I'm Corin Spice Freak Sloss, and today I have a package from the South Church Salt Co. And I've just showed you my address like an idiot. We'll blur that out! So, let's see what they've sent me. I have a pretty good idea that it's salt.
Otherwise you were salted.
Thank you, Alex. So, South Church Salt Co. Nice little jar with their logo on it of what I'm told is their ghost pepper salt. Doesn't actually say on the jar. Let's see if there's anything in here besides, nope, just a whole load of packing peanuts. S-shaped ones. But yeah, they've told me via email that this is their ghost pepper salt, which also contains habanero and a few other things, along with whatever minerals you would expect to find in a Hawaiian salt. And we're going to be trying that on various foods in just a moment, but I'm going to have a few of my friends come in and do that with me. So, if you'll give me a second, I'll be right back. So, Evil Rob, I understand you have a bit of a history with soft-boiled eggs.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, this is a soft-boiled egg for you to try your salt on, and here are your freshly buttered toasted soldiers.
My God.
There is a bread knife. I have never used a knife for a soft-boiled egg before.
This is ceramic as hell, my dude.
Maybe they just didn't want to give me knives when I was a child.
There you go. You want to slice the top off perfectly.
And you've not quite broken into the yolk, but I'm sure you can do that with a soldier.
You use the soldier to break into the yolk. That's what we know about the diffy egg.
Oh, and can we just put the egg slightly further that way so it's not hidden by the microphone?
Yeah. There you go. There's the egg. Look at that. Look at that. This looks dippy as hell. I'm going to give it a nice helping of these crystals here. And also pour crystals onto your computer.
That's your computer, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So how is that?
Oh, it's cooked to perfection. The yolk is nice and runny, but the white is hard. Give me egg puns. I want them.
Egg swords.
Can I unhear that, please?
Come on, give me a bit.
That was a lot of salt I just consumed.
Yeah, but it's good, right?
Can I have something to drink? I mean, yeah, the salt is nice, but the thing about it is that you'd have to ingest quite a lot of the salt in order to get any of the spice, I think.
You get a bit of it, but yeah.
I mean,
to get the full sort of flavour of the pepper, you would have to have a fair amount of salt to your egg. Hopefully, it works a little better on some of the other things we try it with. Because honestly, it's a nice salt.
It is, yeah.
It's just everything else sort of masks it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, for you, Hugh, we've got some home-cooked chips, because the chip shop, sadly, aren't open on Mondays.
Oh, they do look quite tasty.
So grab yourself some salt and give them a go.
Alright.
Nice and chunky, like proper chips should be. None of these American-style fries.
Yeah. Chunky ones should be chunky. I Actually, getting it on the chips is kind of hard, but I've got a little bit on this one. The chips are quite good.
It's light, but you can taste the chili in that a little bit.
A little bit. You just need enough of it.
Gives a good little heat and a nice touch of habanero flavour. I'd say that works quite well.
The heat works well with the salt flavour. Very well. And it isn't harsh at all.
No.
It's very, very comfortable. And it is habanero-y.
Yeah, but it's not sort of spiky like habanero.
Yeah,
It's
not...
It's got more of the ghost pepper burn, I feel, and more of the habanero flavour, which to me is the way round I'd like it. Although actually,
Yeah,
ghost pepper flavour isn't bad either.
habanero can be quite unpleasant in the heat scale of things sometimes.
And certainly if you put it in something like chocolate, white chocolate that wants to be nice and smooth.
Yeah. Why would... Chili and white chocolate just doesn't seem like it will go together. Chili and
White chocolate is quite nice, as long as it's a nice smooth burn. But if it's a sharp habanero-y burn, that's not so fun.
I'm really enjoying this. This is good salt.
This is working really nicely. Well, I'm going to leave you to that one, and I'll cut to the next one.
I will actually, before we do that, I will ideally note that this should really be used in a grinder or something like that with chips or something like this, just to make sure it sticks easier.
Yeah, but as the people we got our last salt from said in response to the review, basically they like large grains when they're using it as a rub for meats. That's what that's about. So that's why a lot of these come from America, like this one did, in not grinders, but just containers like this.
Yeah. Also, grinders are somewhat more expensive to make.
Well, maybe a little, but the large grains are an active choice, it turns out. Anyway, I'll be right back in a segment with Alex. Alrighty, everyone. So, a lot of these were specifically recommended to me by Adam, who runs South Church Salt Co. These, however, were specifically requested by Alex, who is a massive fan of them. These are fried padrons, which I'll link to my written review of in the description down below, but basically they're just a wonderful Spanish sort of almost bar snack.
Nice.
So, if you'll do your best Salt Bay impression and
Salt Bay.
give these the salt that they so need, and we can all tuck in to some freshly fried padrons.
So I'm going to start off by going a bit of like...
Yeah. They need more than that, though.
Yeah, no.
Padrons take a lot of salt.
So I don't want to pour it in, do I? So.
No. Keep going. One more, I think.
One more, a big one then.
And try and hit this side a little bit. There we go. Grab yourself a pepper and let's get to it.
I'll do.
No, they are still boiling hot.
Oh, yeah,
But that's when they're at their best. Now, some say padrons are sometimes hot, sometimes not. The actual truth of the matter is that all of them get hot if you leave them to ripen to red, but because they're picked so early in their life cycle, some of them haven't developed their heat yet. These, however, all have at least a little bit in the salt that we put on them. And I'm going to add a tiny bit more, actually.
Go for you.
Because
How
I
much is
thought
your
there
one?
was more than there was. There we go. I'll hopefully do it. This works really nicely. I like that touch of orange chilli in with my green.
It's really good.
And that extra heat reminds me of basically when I was weaker to spice and got a lot more from padrons.
Some doesn't have a stalk.
No, a lot of them don't have. These were ones from Waitrose where a lot of them are missing the stalk. These aren't the ones from my professional grower friend where he's taken proper care of them because it's still a little early in the season for those from him. They're still good, but they're not the absolute top-notch padrons.
Yeah.
The salt, however, helps to forget about that.
I find it stuck better.
I see a lot of these in chili eating competitions as the first round, and I always feel like it's a real shame because raw padrons, they're quite unpleasant. Yeah, to enjoy padrons, you really want them fried up like this.
Yeah.
And I know the enjoyment of the peppers isn't really the key point of the competition, but it just seems a shame to waste padrons so. You want the last one?
You sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, thank you.
So, how do you think?
That
What do
was
you
nice. Yeah, it was really good. I think that the salt added was a nice touch to it because obviously padrons aren't really spicy, but they have some to it. But the salt is like a good touch up. Obviously salt goes really well with padrons, and then also the nice discreet spice in it helps to kind of further enhance it as well. So I enjoyed that.
That was good. Right, so on to the next segment. So, for Rob's second segment, this wasn't planned. This was going to be a segment with Sheeda, but I told Sheeda to turn up at 6, and it's like 8
He's
now.
chronically late.
Yeah, he's just not turning up today, I'm
He's
sure.
never been on time for anything.
Nope. So, I'm going to be giving Rob these watermelon chunks instead. Rob, feel free to salt them to your content.
I must consume everything.
Indeed. I will not be consuming these, however, because
learned
I
it.
just don't like watermelon.
You like watermelon? What's wrong with you? Watermelon is like the universal truth of food. You should have just bought a whole watermelon, though. These things, they rip you off. Is this from Waitrose as well?
No, this is from... where was this from? I think this was Aldi, wasn't it? Or a
That's good,
Sainsbury's.
because now I don't feel like a class traitor.
Oh, no. I'm not buying you Waitrose one.
You're not buying me Waitrose. I have to earn my keep.
Dude, I go to Waitrose for padrons and the fancy upper class bread that my parents like. Those are the two things I go to Waitrose for. Oh, that and coconut sugar, because it turns out you can't get it anywhere else in the country, as far as I can tell.
I didn't know coconut sugar was a thing.
Nor did I until I had to get some for another video. You'll be seeing that shortly.
I will eat all this watermelon if you leave it in front of me.
Okay. Well, I will leave that in front of you if you do eat the rest off camera, I guess.
That's good, by the way.
And we'll come back for another
I
segment.
mean, I've already consumed the salt, so like I already knew the salt was good.
Yeah, but now you know it's good on watermelon.
Yeah.
So, for this final segment, one of the other things that Adam suggested was dark chocolate with it, because he actually gets this sent to a company who put it into chocolate for him. Now, personally, I'm not a massive fan of dark chocolate. I quite like it, but I much prefer milk. So, instead, what I've got today is what I've been going for recently, which is Galaxy's new darker milk, which is 40% cocoa solids there or thereabouts, and so has all the richness of dark, all the full-on cocoa element, but it also has the sweetness and the milkiness of a milk chocolate. The two best bits of both. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to be a madman, and I'm going to take a heat gun to this. And I'm just going to melt it very slightly. That's good enough. And then I'm going to sprinkle salt into it, and let that salt do its thing. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. That's deliciously messy. Break a square off. Oh, several squares. So the addition of the salt is delicate at this point, and I wouldn't want too much more salt in it. But as is, that's not bad at all. And it does have a certain pepperiness to it, which the chocolate didn't have before, because it was just dark milk chocolate. I'm going to share the rest of this with my friends off camera, but thumbs up for this. And just thumbs up for this salt in general, I guess. It's been really good. Do you guys want to come back on and just one by one give me your final thoughts? So Rob, heat and flavour ratings for this salt.
I'll give the heat a paprika Graham, and I'll give the flavour monosodium glutamate Graham.
Okay, but numbers out of 10?
Ooh.
Or do Grahams not convert?
Yeah, Grahams don't really convert. It's not very hot, but that's basically because you don't want to have that much of it. But
Yeah.
the flavour is great. It really is.
I mean, if you have as much of this as you would a sauce, it's honestly pretty hot.
This is basically a straight
You never
upgrade
would.
to salt.
Hi. Yeah, I thought it was nice. It had a good flavour. It's spicy salt. You know what can you ask for? It's just salt. You know, salt doesn't really get much more complicated than salt with some spice in it. So the heat rate, I'll give it a 1.5 maybe, or 1. Obviously, it's not super
Right,
spicy,
didn't
but
heat
it's
up your Padrons a
it's
lot.
It's like it adds, but it doesn't like. It's like.
Yeah, that's fair, I
And then
suppose.
the flavour, I give it. What's flavor rating for salt? You know, it's like, does that have a flavour rating?
Well, you've added flavour to it, so if a normal salt, let's just call a normal salt a 5 out of 10,
Right.
because it's not good, it's not bad, it's just salt.
It's just salt, yeah.
How does this compare?
I give it a 6.5.
Fair enough. It's a decent step up from
Basically,
regular salt.
it adds from so the spice it has in it adds to the original value. So you go from 1.5 spice rating plus 5 is 6.5.
No,
Add the
Alex!
spice rating to the base rating, and that equals your flavour rating.
I like that system.
I don't. Okay, Alex, get lost. We're having Hugh on.
We've had a breakthrough.
So, Hugh, what do you make of this heat and flavour-wise?
Heat wise, I would say a 2 out of 10, just because I think if you have a significant amount of it, it will build quite nicely. But not to anything enormous.
Personally, when I had it straight, I felt like it was a 4 out of 10. But you're never going to have it straight. You're never going to have that vast a quantity of it.
Yeah.
So realistically, a 2 is probably all it's going to add.
Who has salt straight? It's kind
Yeah.
of very strange. And flavour wise, 5 as a normal salt, I would give it a 6.5 or a 7. It does have a definitely improved taste over standard salt, and it is quite a lot more enjoyable. So
Cool.
well,
I think that's... Sorry, you got one more?
I'm staring at the galaxy.
Well, we'll give you some of that as soon as we finish filming.
Alright, that's fine.
But for now, I just want to say bye.
Bye!
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Really helps me out.